All right, everyone, gather round. Let's talk about something incredibly important, something we all think about, especially when the sniffles start going around or you just feel that general rundown feeling, your immune system. That amazing, complex network inside you that works tirelessly, day and night, like your body's very own personal security team, fighting off the bad guys, the viruses, the bacteria, the things that try to make you sick. We all want that team strong and ready, right? And sometimes, nature offers us some pretty incredible helpers, things our grandparents or even great-grandparents might have known about. Today, we're diving deep into one such helper, tea made from the leaves of the Soursop tree. You might know Soursop from its delicious, spiky green fruit with the creamy white flesh inside, often called Graviola or guanabana in different parts of the world. But what many people don't realize is that the leaves of this remarkable tree have been used for centuries in traditional medicine across the tropics, from the Amazon rainforest to parts of Africa and Southeast Asia, specifically for supporting health and, you guessed it, giving that immune system a potential boost. We're going to unpack all of that today. What's in these leaves, how they might work, how to make the tea, and crucially, what you absolutely need to keep in mind. Get comfortable, maybe grab a glass of water, and let's explore this fascinating natural brew. So, picture this, a lush, green tree growing in warm, tropical climates. Its fruit is unmistakable, large, green, covered in soft spines, and when you crack it open, that sweet, tangy, creamy white flesh is a real treat. That's the Soursop fruit, loved by many. But high up on its branches are those leaves, dark green, glossy, oblong-shaped. It's these leaves, often dried, that are steeped in hot water to create a tea that's been passed down through generations as a health tonic. Why leaves? Well, plants are clever. They often concentrate powerful protective compounds in their leaves to defend against pests and diseases in their environment. It turns out, some of these compounds might also offer benefits to us humans when we consume them carefully. The key here is understanding that Soursop leaf tea isn't about some single magic bullet. It's about a whole orchestra of natural substances working together, potentially harmonizing with our body's own defenses. Let's get into the what and the how. What exactly is inside these Soursop leaves that has people talking about immunity? Scientists have been studying them and found a treasure trove of bioactive compounds. Some of the big players include a group called acetogenins. Now, that's a bit of a mouthful, but think of them as unique, potent molecules mostly found in the Annonaceae family, which Soursop belongs to. Research, often in test tubes or animal models, suggests some acetogenins might have interesting effects, including potential antimicrobial properties, meaning they might help fight off certain bacteria, viruses, parasites, and even fungi. Imagine your immune system constantly scanning for invaders. Having compounds that might directly hinder some of those invaders could potentially lighten the load, giving your natural defenses a bit of an edge. But it's not just about direct attack. Another huge aspect is antioxidants. You hear this word a lot, right? Antioxidant rich. But what does it actually mean for your immune system? Well, inside your body, as part of normal metabolism and especially when fighting infections, unstable molecules called free radicals are produced. Think of them like little sparks flying off a fire. In small amounts, they're normal, even useful. But if too many build up due to stress, pollution, poor diet, illness, they cause oxidative stress. This is like those sparks setting little fires, damaging your cells, including the very immune cells trying to protect you. Oxidative stress can weaken your immune response and contribute to inflammation. Soursop leaves are packed with powerful antioxidants, things like flavonoids, phenolic compounds, and vitamin C, though vitamin C levels can vary. These antioxidants act like firefighters, neutralizing those free radical sparks before they cause too much damage. By reducing oxidative stress and calming inflammation, another key role of many antioxidants, Soursop leaf tea might help create a healthier environment for your immune cells to function optimally. They might help protect those cells from damage, allowing them to work more efficiently to identify threats, communicate with each other, and mount a strong response. But wait, there's more potential interplay. Some preliminary research, again often in lab settings or animal studies, suggests that compounds in Soursop leaves might actually help stimulate certain parts of the immune system. This could involve increasing the activity of specific white blood cells, like macrophages. Macrophages are like the big eaters, the pac-men of your immune system. They engulf and destroy foreign invaders and cellular debris. If compounds in the tea can gently nudge these cells to be more active or efficient, that's another potential way it could support overall immune vigilance. There's also talk about potential effects on the production of signaling molecules called cytokines. Cytokines are like the messengers of the immune system. They tell cells when to ramp up inflammation to fight an infection and, crucially, when to dial it back once the threat is gone. Balanced cytokine activity is essential. Some studies hint that Soursop leaf might help modulate this complex signaling, promoting a balanced immune response rather than one that's sluggish or, conversely, one that goes haywire and causes excessive inflammation. Furthermore, because the tea might possess antimicrobial properties against various pathogens, consuming it could potentially help reduce the initial microbial load if you're fighting something off, indirectly supporting your immune system by lessening the number of enemies it has to battle simultaneously. It's like thinning out the opposing army before your main forces engage. Now, how do you actually get this potential goodness into your system? Making Soursop leaf tea is generally quite simple, much like making any herbal tea. You can often find dried Soursop leaves in health food stores, online retailers specializing in herbs, or sometimes in markets serving communities familiar with traditional remedies. If you have access to a tree, ensure it's not sprayed with pesticides. You can harvest fresh leaves. Whether using fresh or dried leaves, the process is similar. First, give the leaves a gentle rinse under cool water to remove any dust or debris. For dried leaves, take about 1 to 2 tablespoons, or roughly 5 to 10 grams. If using fresh leaves, 3 to 5 medium-sized leaves is a good starting point. You can tear them slightly to help release the compounds. Bring about 2 to 3 cups, 500 to 750 milliliters, of water to a rolling boil. Once boiling, add the leaves. Immediately reduce the heat to a gentle simmer. You don't want a furious boil that might destroy some delicate compounds. Put a lid on the pot. Let it simmer gently for about 10 to 20 minutes. A longer simmer time will generally extract more of the compounds, potentially making a stronger, sometimes slightly more bitter tea. After simmering, turn off the heat and let it steep, still covered, for another 5 to 10 minutes. Then, strain the tea into a cup or teapot, pressing gently on the leaves to get all the liquid out. What you're left with is a clear to light yellowish green or brownish infusion. The taste? It's unique. Often described as grassy, earthy, slightly herbal, sometimes with a subtle fruity note reminiscent of the fruit, but mostly it's a pleasant, mild herbal flavor. Some people find it slightly bitter, especially if simmered longer. If you prefer, you can add a tiny bit of natural sweetener like raw honey, which itself has immune-supporting properties. or a slice of lemon, adding more vitamin C and flavor. Sip it warm, which is comforting, especially if you're feeling under the weather. Many people enjoy 1 cup a day as a general tonic, perhaps increasing to 2 cups if they feel something coming on, but moderation is key, which we'll get to. Here comes the absolutely critical part, the reality check we must talk about. While Soursop leaf tea has a long history of traditional use and promising laboratory studies, we need to be very clear about a few crucial points. First and foremost, it is not a cure or a guaranteed shield against illness. Think of it as a potential supportive player, one tool among many in your wellness toolkit. Second, robust, large-scale human clinical trials specifically proving its immune-boosting effects in people are limited. Much of the exciting data comes from test tubes, in vitro, or animal studies, in vivo. While these are essential starting points and give us clues about mechanisms, they don't always directly translate to the same effects in complex human bodies. We need more high-quality human research. Third, and this is incredibly important, there are significant safety concerns regarding concentrated extracts or long-term, high-dose consumption. The acetogenins, those potent compounds we mentioned earlier? Some research suggests that in very high concentrations, certain acetogenins might be toxic to nerve cells or potentially harmful to the liver or kidneys. This toxicity is primarily associated with concentrated supplements, extracts, or consuming very large amounts of the leaves or seeds over long periods, far beyond what you'd get in a cup or 2 of traditionally prepared tea daily. However, it underscores why moderation is absolutely essential. Stick to the tea made from the leaves in reasonable amounts, like 1 to 2 cups per day, and avoid concentrated supplements, extracts, or consuming the seeds or bark, which have much higher concentrations of potentially problematic compounds. Fourth, Soursop leaf tea can interact with medications. It might potentially lower blood pressure or blood sugar. If you are on medication for hypertension, high blood pressure, diabetes, or blood thinners, or if you are taking any other medications, it is absolutely vital to talk to your doctor before drinking Soursop leaf tea. It could interfere with how your medication works. Fifth, pregnant and breastfeeding women should avoid it. Due to the lack of safety data and potential concerns based on traditional use and some compounds, it's simply not recommended during these times. Sixth, if you have any underlying health conditions, especially related to the liver, kidneys, or nerves, neuropathy, consult your doctor first. Seventh, sourcing matters. Ensure you get your leaves from a reputable supplier to avoid contamination or misidentification. Never use leaves from trees treated with pesticides you wouldn't want to ingest. So, where does this leave us with immunity? Given the traditional use, the presence of powerful antioxidants known to combat oxidative stress, a key immune suppressor, the potential antimicrobial activity that might reduce pathogen load, and the preliminary evidence suggesting immune-modulating effects, incorporating Soursop leaf tea responsibly and moderately into a healthy lifestyle could be a supportive strategy for your overall immune health. The antioxidants help protect your immune cells from damage caused by free radicals generated during their fight against infections. The potential antimicrobial properties might help fend off some initial invaders. The possible immune-modulating effects might help promote a balanced and efficient response. But, and this is a huge but, it works best as part of a holistic approach. This tea is not a substitute for the fundamentals of immune health. What are those fundamentals? Let's recap them because they are non-negotiable. Nutrition, eat a rainbow. Load up on fruits, vegetables, whole grains, lean proteins, and healthy fats. Your immune cells need a wide array of vitamins, like C, D, A, E, B vitamins, and minerals, like zinc, selenium, iron, to function properly. You can't supplement or tea your way out of a poor diet. Hydration, drink plenty of water. Every system in your body, including your immune system, relies on adequate hydration to work well. Lymph fluid, which carries immune cells, needs water. Sleep, this is when your body does major repair work, including strengthening your immune system. Aim for 7 to 9 hours of quality sleep per night. Chronic sleep deprivation is a surefire way to weaken your defenses. Stress management. Chronic stress floods your body with cortisol, which directly suppresses immune function. Find healthy ways to manage stress: deep breathing, meditation, yoga, spending time in nature, listening to music, talking to a friend, whatever works for you. Regular exercise. Moderate, regular physical activity boosts circulation, which helps immune cells patrol the body more effectively. It also helps manage stress and promotes better sleep. Don't overdo it, though. Extreme exercise can temporarily suppress immunity. Avoid smoking and limit alcohol. Smoking damages the immune system's barriers, like the lungs and immune cells. Excessive alcohol consumption also impairs immune function. Good hygiene. Simple things like washing your hands regularly help prevent germs from entering your system in the first place, giving your immune system less work to do. Consider vitamin D. Many people are deficient, and vitamin D plays a crucial role in immune function. Talk to your doctor about checking your levels and whether supplementation is right for you. Think of Soursop leaf tea as a potential ally within this bigger picture. Imagine it contributing its antioxidants to protect your immune soldiers, possibly offering some direct antimicrobial support, and maybe helping to fine-tune the immune response, all while you're already laying down the essential foundation with good food, sleep, water, and stress management. It's about synergy. It's not the tea alone, it's the tea plus all those healthy habits working together. If you choose to try it, do so mindfully. Start slow, maybe half a cup to see how you feel. Pay attention to your body. Does it agree with you? Do you feel any different? Stick to moderate consumption. 1, maybe 2 cups a day is generally considered reasonable based on traditional use. Never use it as a replacement for conventional medical treatment if you are sick. If you feel unwell, see a doctor. Source your leaves carefully. And crucially, if you have any health conditions or take any medications, have that conversation with your healthcare provider before you start drinking it. It's about informed choices and prioritizing safety. In wrapping up, Soursop leaf tea presents a fascinating intersection of traditional wisdom and modern scientific curiosity. Its leaves harbor a complex mix of compounds, including potent antioxidants and unique acetogenins, that laboratory studies suggest could offer several mechanisms to potentially support immune health, by fighting damaging free radicals, possibly hindering some pathogens directly, and potentially modulating immune cell activity and inflammation. Preparing it as a simple tea, consumed moderately, is the traditional and likely safest way to access these potential benefits. However, we must approach it with eyes wide open. It is not a magic potion. Its immune effects in humans need more robust research. Significant safety concerns exist regarding concentrated forms and excessive consumption. It can interact with medications. Therefore, responsibility and moderation are paramount. Ultimately, the best way to boost your immunity is through consistent, healthy lifestyle choices, nourishing food, adequate sleep, regular movement, stress management, and good hygiene. If you enjoy the taste and tradition of Soursop leaf tea and consume it safely and moderately as part of this healthy foundation, it might just be a pleasant and supportive addition to your overall wellness routine, offering a comforting cup that connects you to ancient knowledge while potentially giving your internal defenders a subtle, natural assist. So, if you do try it, sit mindfully, stay informed, prioritize the fundamentals, and here's to supporting your amazing, hardworking immune system.